If you've been looking for the perfect mix of small town feel with a bit of countryside living, but all the modern amenities that is in a convenient location, well, stick around for today's video because we're going to talk about Hudsonville, Michigan. If you've ever wondered what it's like to live in a place where the schools are top-notch, where the community is tight-knit, and the location is a dream, and there's no shortage of things to do, I think we should find out together in this video covering Hudsonville, Michigan. If you want to be in the know of everything there is with West Michigan real estate, you need to subscribe to this channel. We're gonna walk you through communities. We're gonna talk about the real estate market as a whole. We're gonna help you prepare you for moves this year and in the coming years. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and stick around. Let's get to the video. First up is the location and atmosphere. Hudsonville is perfectly nestled between Grand Rapids and Holland, Michigan, making it a dream location for commuters and also people who like the city life, and also those who enjoy a little countryside serenity. And if you need a couple more specifics, we're only about 20 minutes outside of downtown Grand Rapids and about 20 to 25 minutes to Holland and to Lake Michigan. And when you're in Hudsonville, it's a very cozy and welcoming place. It has a lot of those country feels too. So picture tree-lined streets, well-kept homes, and people that'll actually wave at you. Next up are going to be the schools. And as I always say, make sure you do your own research at greatschools.org. Hopefully they're going to start paying me for this. Hudsonville Public Schools is one of the best and consistently one of the best schools in the state. They consistently score high for academic performance, extracurriculars, and sports. And if you also want to explore options for private education, there are those two, specifically Unity Christian High School. Okay, it's got a great location. The schools are good too. So what about the community amenities? Well, I'm glad you asked because Hudsonville is a fantastic mix of locally owned shops, eateries, and entertainment options, along with some chains too. So whether you love fresh produce, you're in luck with the Hudsonville Farmers Market. It's a top place to stock up on local goodies. And if you're a DIY enthusiast, check out the local craft stores or take a workshop in one of the community centers. Or if you're like me and you prefer eating over crafting, Hudsonville has a fantastic lineup of locally owned restaurants. We've got Pizza Ranch, Wing Doozy, Arrows, Dorados, and Sprinkles Donut Shop, which I know this is painful to be doing at the beginning of the year, but their donut selection is phenomenal. So worth a cheat day, if you ask me. And since we are super close to Beer City, USA, you are going to have some craft breweries as well, specifically noting the White Flame Brewery. And if you like the outdoors, head over to Hughes Park for trails, for picnics, and a top-notch playground. If you like ice skating and watching hockey, we have Griff's Ice House, and there are nearby soccer fields too, so you have year-round sports activities to entertain yourself with too. And speaking of being outside and entertainment, the Hudsonville Fair is something you definitely need to check out. This is consistently a top highlight for those living in Hudsonville for the summer. It's often referred to as the biggest little fair in Michigan. It's a week-long event. It's typically held in August of every year. It brings together the locals as well as brings in people from out of town too. This is how great a fair it is. You're going to celebrate the community, agriculture, and have some good old-fashioned fun. You're going to have rides. There's going to be live music. There's going to be delicious fair food, of course, and there's going to be endless entertainment. So you've got tractor pulls, you've got a demolition derby, you have 4-H animal shows and exhibits. There's just something for everyone here, including if you've got little ones that love a petting zoo, it's got those too, carnival games, and you can have awesome vendor booths there for the people that maybe don't have those interests. This is definitely a tradition that brings everybody in the community together. And speaking of being outdoors, there isn't a huge public lake access in Hudsonville, but you are pretty close to one of the biggest lakes out there with Lake Michigan, and it wouldn't hurt to find some friends in the Georgetown Shores neighborhood, which is a private lake neighborhood. I'm gonna take a quick history corner break. As I alluded to before, this was originally founded as a farming community, and now it's just blossomed into this huge hub. It's not just agriculture anymore. There's manufacturing, different kinds of services find their home in Hudsonville. So this is a growing community that has its roots in the blue collar aspects of business. And finally, let's talk about the real estate in Hudsonville. It has been no secret here in West Michigan that Hudsonville has been a hotspot the last few years. In fact, I remember when I used to live close by, when I used to work in Zeeland just up the road, Hudsonville was a phenomenal place to go, and still is, mind you, but it wasn't what it is now, which is a huge, vibrant community. And when you start bringing in these amenities like Hudsonville has and started turning over and lifting up this downtown area space, you're going to have a lot more people moving there, and especially since there's room for expansion, it has just been a huge opportunity zone for the real estate market. We're starting to see new construction neighborhoods that offer just more than your typical amenities with a mailbox, or you might have some trees, things like that. You'll have Waterton Station, which is just on the outskirts of Hudsonville, and will soon to be having, in a couple years, you're going to have a community pool, there's going to be a playground, community center, all in this awesome location surrounded by parks. Hudsonville is taking off with new construction because it's outside of Grand Rapids. There is land to build on, and developers are taking advantage of that. Here's the basics about the Hudsonville real estate market. The average price is over $450,000, which is about $70,000 more than the Grand Rapids area. If you take out new construction, it's still hanging around the $450,000 mark. You'll find a lot of great neighborhoods that were built in the 2000s, so not a lot of older homes. That's going to be closer around the 32nd and Chicago Drive area. You're going to find some of those older homes, and closer to that inner city part of Hudsonville. But as things moved out, obviously homes got newer and newer and newer. And the cool thing, and what I like about Hudsonville as you got into those newer neighborhoods, is they're fairly spread out. Depends on what developer was going in there and what was approved, but you'll find more of a spread out feel being in the country, right, like you are in Hudsonville. And you'll find that homes have acreage to offer too. 85 of the 441 homes sold this year in Hudsonville had an acre or more, and 141 had a half-acre lot or more. So homes that weren't new construction, however, sold in 19 days on average, and sold for right at list price. So if you're looking for a home under $350,000, which would in fact be under the Grand Rapids area average, that might not be the spot for you. Hudsonville is extremely competitive. In fact, only 57 sales were under the $350,000 mark. They sold in 7 days or less, and on average 2% over list price. So it is a fairly competitive market, not exactly the one if you are looking for your first home or your budget is $350,000 or under. It's not going to be a very fun time for you, but there definitely are some opportunities out there. All right, so there you have it. That is Hudsonville, Michigan. It's definitely a place of community. It's a place of charm. It is a place of convenience. So if you'd like to start getting acquainted with this market, if you have further questions, please reach out to me at one of the links below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and let me know, what was your favorite part about Hudsonville, Michigan? Why could you see yourself living there? Or where's the next spot you want me to look because Hudsonville isn't the right fit for you? I thank you so much for watching. We'll see you at the next video.